Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel on this Thursday afternoon. And yes, Newcastle United saw off League One Bradford last night at the start of our Carabao Cup defence, and we're through to the fourth round against Tottenham Hotspur at home. And you'd always want a home tie, wouldn't you? Now, if you were going to ask where my video was from last night when I was at the ground when the game was done, I do still have some of that footage. However, some of it's been corrupted, so I've had to try and recover what I can. I don't know what's happened there, but I've managed to edit together what I can, and I'll put it on for you now, and then I'll come back and give my full thoughts once that's done. So it's about 3 minutes. So when that's done, I'll come back and I'll talk about last night's match in depth for my final word. I'll put it on now. Well, just about to leave the ground, but a comfortable win in the end. Look, Bradford came out in the first 10 minutes. I said in the preview they'd have nothing to lose, and yeah, they had a couple of chances, but look, I've got to say the night, that was such a comfortable game in the end. Ramsdale was impressive in goal. Look, I will say this before I say anything else. You've got to caveat that with who you're playing, League One opposition, but they are flying in the league. And but Ramsdale was comfortable in possession. I felt the weak point out our back four was Emil Kraft, who was eventually subbed, but I thought Malik Chow and Sven Botman, they've showed tonight they are absolutely our future at centre-back. Lewis Hall was solid, impressive. Tino as well, when he came on to replace him. Trippier was just showed his experience, calm and influence. And then you go into midfield. Look, Bruno in and out first half, but his second half he was absolutely fantastic. I felt Lewis Miley was my man of the match. I said in the preview that he's more of a 6 than he is an 8, and he showed it tonight. Yet again, I know it's a League One team, but Lewis Miley absolutely bossed that, and I said he needed to step up, and I felt Lewis Miley outstanding tonight. Brilliant. Will Osula, I'm absolutely delighted for him getting a brace. Joe Linton got a brace as well. We were saying at the end that he was going to get a hat-trick there. Anyway, yeah, comfortable win in the end, yes. Delighted for Will Osula. I said, didn't have me preview, that he's got to take his chances in these type of games against this type of opposition, and he did the night. That third goal, I've got to say, the first 2 goals look very well taken. Our game plan the night was stretch them with our wingers, and then it created so much space in the centre of the pitch. So when they were stretched, we had so much space to play it in between them through the lines, and that's what led to the first 2 goals from Joe Linton and then Osula. And then with third goal, it was a beautiful move, that absolutely fantastic, especially from Bruno through for Joe Linton. And then the fourth goal, it was just capped off wonderfully. Delighted, honestly I'm delighted for Will Osula, but comfortable in the end. Look, Bradford's away fans were fantastic. They've had a good night out, and their goal, it was very well taken. It was sloppy from us, and they got the goal, they got the consolation, but comfortable night in the end. We're through to the next round, and now we're off to the Strawberry to go for a couple of pints and see the draw. So good night from me. Welcome back, everyone. So yes, Newcastle United saw off League One Bradford 4-1, and we've booked safe passage to round 4. We've got a home tie in the week commencing the 27th of October with Thomas Frank's Spurs. And you know what? I know we've got a Premier League team, but it could have been far worse. We could have been away from home at a Liverpool, an Arsenal or a City. And we've got a good recent record against Spurs, especially at home. So that's a very winnable tie. And now in the fourth round, it's the last 16. We're only, 180 minutes away from a 2-legged semi-final, and we're starting to dream about Wembley again. And you know what? I just want to praise Eddie Howe, because his attitude to these cup competitions is fantastic. I've said it before, that it's been a love-hate relationship with these cups, but yeah, it's more love these days. And Eddie Howe's attitude last night, even Graham Alexander said it afterwards. He said once he seen the team sheet and it was handed in by Bruno, he knew we were taking them and this game seriously. Because in the past, there wasn't much rotation, was there? When I was growing up, squads never rotated. It was the same 11 most weeks, unless there was injuries. And then you'd field the kids. But I love Eddie Howe's attitude to these cups, because it just keeps your season interesting and alive to look forward to cup games, because they're one-offs. And if you get a home game,
and you win that, you're another step closer to Wembley. And it'd be, I know, like I said, my preview video, is this trophy really a priority this season? But Eddie Howe last night proved that it is, so I back him fully on that. He wants to win every game, and the thing that we can do these days is rotate. It just showed with squad depth and with tactical rotation, the flexibility that we have. Because what it means now is, with that depth, we can make those 7 changes, but it's still a strong enough team. It's still competitive enough to go out there, score goals, win a game. Those players who haven't been playing get well-needed match fitness. That gets their confidence and mood up because they're playing games. And then your so-called bigger players are those who've been playing lots of games recently, because the 4 to drop out were Pope, Tino, Tonali and Byrne. And yeah, it just means they get a well-earned rest. And then when your squads win and you're through the next round, that gives the whole squad a lift. It gives the club a lift. It gives the fan base a lift. And then you're going into the weekend in a big game against Arsenal on Sunday, just riding the crest of a wave. And that's what cup games do. I don't care who it's against, a lower league team or a Premier League team, you've still got to beat what's in front of you. And the players done that last night. They were very professional. And I'll go through what I feel the players were like. I'll go through it quickly, but individually. Aaron Ramsdale, you can see why Nick Pope's been playing well this season. Ramsdale came in and the players just showed the confidence they have when he's got the ball at his feet, because they were always looking for him as an out, say if they were under pressure, or if there was a passing lane cut off, say it through the centre, because we played it through the lines a lot last night. Again, against better quality teams, you probably won't be able to do that as much, but there was lots of nice little 1-2 touch passes, and Ramsdale was always available with the ball at his feet. He didn't have too much to do, granted. Like I said, the shot, he tipped around his right post, and then the one he pushed out, but he came for his crosses. He was confident, he stayed alert, nothing he could do about Cook's goal. And Cook, by the way, Andy Cook, I've just got to give him credit. That was a brilliant finish. I know Miley gave it away, but unbelievable finish at the Leazers, in off the underside of the bar. Geordie scoring at St James's Park. His dreams will have come true and more. All would love to do that, wouldn't we? So I'm delighted for him that he got that brilliant consolation. But yeah, and Ramsdale as well. He completed 3 out of his 4 long passes and 29 out of 30 of his short passes. So can't complain. Solid debut. And then you go to Kraft. I felt Kraft linked up well with Elanga on the right, and he had some good leadership throughout the game. He was vocal. However, his passing, there was a lot of unforced errors, sloppy possession at times, just giving it away unnecessarily. So I don't think it was his best game. And then you go to the left side, Lewis Hall, constantly available as an overlapping option on that left-hand side. And I think he done well, considering he played a full 90 minutes at Bournemouth after so long out. And it was his first start at home since February. But I felt Lewis Hall had a solid game on that side, and obviously he was going to be subbed to keep him fresh, because I think he'll start on Sunday against Arsenal. Chow and Botman, they're both quick, and they're both so comfortable on the ball that can either drops, the other one goes, breaks the lines, and they're just so comfortable on the ball. Like, you never worry when they've got it, and they were both a class act. So they followed up their Bournemouth performance with a couple of Rolls-Royce displays. Look, again, I know it's Bradford, but I felt they were fantastic. Going to midfield, I've always called Lewis Miley more of a 6 than an 8, and last night he proved it. He basically ran the show with Bruno. He was always available for possession. He done some nice, neat little passes, but also when out of possession, he was always there to put out the fires, Tonali-esque style. So yeah, very happy for Lewis Miley. He had a solid start. So I'm delighted for him, and he's going to be a very good backup option to Tonali, because Tonali won't be able to play every game. So I'm delighted for Louis Miley. Then you go to Joe Linton. I'm buzzing that Joe Linton got his first goal, for his first, if you like, since the win at Old Trafford in December. And he took them so well, didn't he? That first one, yeah, it was Gordon's blocked shot. But he just shifted out his right foot just a tad, and it could give him that space to just pass it into the keeper's bottom left-hand corner. And then his second goal, again, great work from Bruno, I've got to say. But the way Joe Linton, he just took it with his right and then finished it with his left very quickly. So yeah, delighted for Joey. Do I think he was my man of the match? He was definitely in my top 3. But I'd probably say that Miley was my man of the match. But again, it's subjective, and he won it. So I'm just buzzing for Joe Linton that he's got the goals again. And he did put an early chance over the bar in the first half. And then Bruno, I felt he had a quiet opening 5-10 minutes, but then he just went, you know what, stuff this. And then he just basically wore that captain's armband like a captain. He stepped up, grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. And again, like Miley, he was always available for possession. He done lovely little 1 and 2 touch passes to his teammates, kept things ticking over, little balls around the side in the spaces, and he stepped up with 2 assists as well. So Bruno really grew into that game, and he ended up playing the whole game, which I was shocked at. In the team, I was surprised at that. I've just got to say this before I go on with the rest of the players. I got 9 of the 11 right, but I was shocked to see Sven Botman in there, because obviously you've got to manage him carefully because of his injuries, and then Joe Linton starting, and I thought it would be one of Bruno or Joe Linton and they'd both have a half each, but yeah, Bruno played the whole game, and I felt he really grew into it, and he was one of our better players in the end, and he got the 2 assists when he got that ball off Miley. Lovely assist first time, the vision played straight through to Osula. That was fantastic. And then Miley to Voltamada then for the goal for Joe Linton. Bruno received it in the box. He was basically facing the east stand, but he was so composed on the ball, doing a nice little turn, patient, found Joe Linton when he ran into the space from the outside of the box. And yeah, 2 assists, so brilliant captain's performance. Then you go on to the attackers. Anthony Gordon, I'm delighted to see him back. He really had the bit between his teeth last night, full of running, full of creativity. And he had a couple of efforts himself. He was unlucky not to score, but great to see Gordon back. And you'd think he had a point to prove after his 3-game suspension domestically. So I expect him to start on the left against Arsenal. Going to Anthony Elanga on the right. Look, he linked up well with Kraft, and his running caused a lot of problems because, like I said in the video which I done in the ground yesterday, our plan was to stretch them with pace. And then that create the space in the middle, and that allowed us to get the balls through for the goals, like through the half spaces. But Elanga's end product, there's a lot to be desired there. He really needs to work on that to keep Jacob Murphy out the team. But Murphy's apparently nursing an Achilles, so Elanga will probably start again against Arsenal. But Osula can play right wing. I felt Osula was good last night because going on to Osula, he took his 2 goals so well, didn't he? Like I said, when Bruno played it through, he slid it under the keeper into his bottom right-hand corner. And then he found the space coming in off the right wing, and he had the desire to get in front of his man and tap in Barnes' cross into an empty net. So I'm delighted Osula done well, because I said in my preview, this is a game he has to step up in against these types of teams. And did he have a point to prove as well? Like I said with Gordon, he had a point to prove after his suspension, but after his failed move to Frankfurt, did he want to show that he deserves to be here, even if it is third choice behind Wissa and Voltamada? Yeah, and I felt he took that chance. And like I said, he is unpredictable, and at times he doesn't make himself available for the ball as much. But he loves his little tricks, and I think he can be more of a right winger than a centre forward, to be honest. So there could be a future for him there, especially if he develops well and he can improve. And depending on Murphy when he gets older, we'll see. Substitutes Alex Murphy didn't really make too much of an impact. He came on with a minute or 2 to go. Tino Livramento, a bit like Trippier. They came on for their quality. They both helped the game tick over. Trippier had his nous to just keep possession, a bit like Tino did. And their like quality and experience combined just helped us see out that game. Nice and steady substitutions. Tino's versatility playing left back or right back. I felt that Barnes, he was frustrating that when he was in good areas, a couple of attacks broke down. But look, he did make an impact. He had a couple of efforts. One just screamed past the post at the Gallagher, and he got the assist for Will Osula. So yeah, Barnes did make an impact, but I do think Gordon should start on Sunday. You go to Voltamada. Voltamada, yes, he's not really a 9, he's more of a 10, but at the moment, in Wissa's absence, he has to be a mix of a 9 or a 10. Against Wolves, he was getting in the box a lot, but last night it wasn't needed as much because we had the cushion when he came on, and his hold-up play again was excellent. He was coming deep, and then that dragged the defenders out, created the space in behind, and he does nice little flicks and layoffs for his teammates and kept it ticking over. He was involved, he got the assist if you like, for Bruno, for Joe Linton's goal. He's the one who passed it to Bruno. So yeah, very good from Volta. But yes, that was a good night overall, and we're through the next round where we'll play Tottenham Hotspur. But yeah, next up, it's Arsenal on Sunday. That'll be a big game, and we'll hope to see more Arteta tears. Just before I go, for season ticket holders enrolled in the cup scheme, you'll be getting your tickets through now for Benfica. Now, the club have sent out the emails, but they won't go out in bulk. They'll be staggered, so you will be getting it. It's just it'll go into your junk or spam folder if they try and send it all at once. It goes in batches, so just be patient. But another way you can get it is you can go on to book.newcastleunited.com, log into your account, go to tickets, and then it'll be there in the list of your tickets. Click on it, then you can add it to your Google or Apple wallet. But anyway, that's it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your working week, and I'll be back with my preview for Arsenal at the weekend. But for now, take care. Thanks very much for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Take care. See you, everyone.